Hi, I'm John from Gentleman Whiskey,
I'm Brandon.
and in this episode, we're going to get into the spirit of Sagamore.
This might be bad for me.
All right, so we are local to Lancaster, and actually, Sagamore is only about an hour and a half from us. So I was recently down hunting in the Baltimore area, and I came across these adorable little bee words.
Ew. I'm against all this.
I was hunting at Total Wine because, you got to spend like $2,000 there in order to get into their vault releases. So, moral of the story, I found these and they were really adorable and super cheap. So I was like, this would make great content. We tried the double oaked on one of our live streams given to us by Bourbon Bill.
Yeah.
And that was not bad.
All right, so the truth is, I just don't like rye whiskey as much as I like bourbon. I did like the double oaked. I don't think these are going to be terrible. I think these will probably be good. So I have the Sagamore Spirit American whiskey. It's 83 proof, batch 12 AD, bottle 1649. In case you're wondering.
And these are half bottles. If you can't tell, we don't just have giant hands.
Yeah, what are these? 375s?
Yes, they are 375 milliliters.
Let me get you some of this.
Yep, and I have the Cask Strength coming in at 112.2 proof, batch 3B, bottle 1140, bottled by Pete. Thank you, Pete. I like the corks. They have the little logo embossed in them, and I think that's adorable.
It makes me think of in Alice in Wonderland, the Queen of Hearts or whatever.
Okay.
All of her soldiers were like the clubs and the spades and the diamonds and whatever.
Yeah.
That's what this makes me think of.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Caught it.
All right. Number one, we're not going to do these blind because there's a giant proof point. So this is 83 proof, you said?
Yeah. So let's read the bottle.
I believe it'll say distilled in Indiana.
Rye mash bills, 2 straight rye mash bills, 4 to 6 years in high char American oak barrels. First is a high rye, cinnamon and clove. Second is a low rye, distilled in Maryland and Indiana. So maybe one is MGP, one is Sagamore.
Distilled in Indiana, bottled by Sagamore Spirits. So yours is a mix of probably their distillate and MGP, and mine is probably just straight MGP.
See, you got to read the fine print. Below, like the technical, boring ass fine print.
Right.
I like this. I like this nose. This is a rye nose for me, right? Just kind of that spicy, light. There's a little bit of sweetness there. Like, I don't have a problem with this.
It's very similar to some of the MGP High Rye bourbons, and I think that's really where this settles in.
Yeah, so there's no indication of like what the split is, right?
No, not like the Hirsch. The Hirsch has that perfect breakdown.
Yeah, the Hirsch is like it's 94% this and it's 6% this.
But this actually smells a little bit like that Hirsch. The like licorice on the nose that I also got with that Hirsch. You did that first impressions.
But I don't get the banana though.
I'm interested in this. Let's try it. 83 proof. Let's go.
I hope it's good.
I don't hate that though. It's young.
So this palate for me, the nose is more complex than the palate. Palate is kind of like a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweetness. There's nothing for me that's super notable. It's just kind of like, and then it kind of is done.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It has a bunch of flavors, not all of them that I enjoy. It does taste young. It's got kind of like a young, like candy corn, like graininess to it. I know it's not a bourbon, but I'm sure that there is some corn in this. It tastes like a little bit of licorice and then like some lemon maybe, and then like some funky, dusty pickles. I don't particularly care for it either. That's what I'm saying here, but I think that it's interesting enough that I would be interested in trying this again in the future when they get some older stock. Maybe when it's all their own stock.
Yep. Like the nose is great. I love the nose. The palate's okay. It doesn't wow me. But I think it drinks above its proof. So at 83 proof, I think it drinks more like 90 proof. So in that sense, it's pretty good. The flavors aren't amazing. They're not my favorite flavors, but I don't think it's terrible. And at $40, I wouldn't be mad about having a bottle of it. And I would be happy to share it with other people.
Yeah.
You know? And I think they would like it.
I'll bet you'd make killer old fashioned.
Probably.
Yeah. I usually like ryes in my old fashions anyway, so this with maybe like some orange bitters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to try that sometime.
Look at that. You got a bottle of it to do that with.
Absolutely. All right. You want to move on to the second one?
Let's do it.
The one that we actually probably will more like.
that I'm more excited to try because it's higher proof.
You know what they say about higher proof?
I know what you say about higher proof. It's a trap, and I'm not falling into it. John says more proof equals more flavor. Fight it out in the comments, guys.
Nose is pretty solid.
It's more complex than the first one.
It's more what I would expect, like herbal and pickly.
See, I haven't spent enough time with like ryes, MGP ryes, really to think like, oh, this is MGP. Like I don't smell this necessarily and think MGP like I would like a bourbon.
In terms of this, it's going to be similar Angel's Envy Rye, but it's not finished, so it won't be as sweet. And Old Ezra 7 Rye.
That was phenomenal.
It's not going to be as sweet as either of those because of the charcoal filtering or the rum barrel finish. But I'm excited for this, so cheers.
I want to taste it, that's for sure.
That's good.
Wow. That drink's like, dude, 100, 120, 125 proof. Wow. That is strong.
But I think that it's well balanced. Like it's got those herbal and like pickly notes, and it's got like a ton of like cake icing or vanilla and sugar or whatever you want to call it, and then an appropriate amount of barrel influence too. I actually really enjoy this.
Listen, I think it's really good. I would say like, so obviously it's a rye.
Right.
It's not the traditional like bourbon notes that I really gravitate towards, but the like off-putting rye flavors that I shy away from. So I'm trying to think of like a rye that I had recently that I didn't love. I don't know. I think this beats like Pikesville for me at a very similar proof point.
Yeah, it should be about $60, I think. Pikesville, yeah, I think Pikesville's 60 now.
Pikesville's 60. Yep. And it's like a very like one, a rye that I would say that I like.
Yep.
And two, in the realm, proof and price.
Yep.
I think this beats it 100%.
I would actually put this up against the Rare Breed Rye. And I really like the Rare Breed Rye. I just think this is what I would think of when I think of a high-end whiskey. Like, it's got the nose, it's got the palate, and it's got none of those rough edges.
I think the palate outshines the nose, actually.
Yeah.
I think they're both good, but the palate is like, I'm still getting that proof. Like, the finish is nice. I'm impressed with this one.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Okay, so we got to give our impressions. Pick up, pour, or pass on the standard.
That's tough. I think the standard, for me, where I'm at right now, standard is a pass.
Okay.
If I see it on a shelf, I'm passing on it.
What about in a bar?
Nope.
Okay.
There's other things I'm going to get over this.
I would get a pour of this in a bar. If you're at all interested, I think it's complex enough. I would still probably buy Wild Turkey 101 Rye or Sazerac Rye over this. You know, obviously Sazerac's a little bit difficult to find. It comes around about once a month here in PA. So, pick up, pour, or pass on the Cask Strength. Pick up, same. Yep.
No question.
I actually would like to do a video at some point of this with the Old Ezra 7 and the Rare Breed Rye.
I would do that. I would also do this versus Pikesville versus Rare Breed.
Okay.
I would be super interested.
Well, we could just do 4.
We do 4. Yeah. I'm down. Literally. Like, that would be crazy. This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I am surprised at how good this is.
Yep. This is definitely, I think this is a high value whiskey for being craft whiskey. I mean, even though it is MGP sourced, it is still a craft distillery. I'm pretty sure they aged it at least somewhat in their distillery. So I like this.
You know what? I've heard a lot of good things about Sagamore. These are really the first times I've really like focused in on. I have tried Sagamore before, but like really, really evaluated what I'm drinking. I'm impressed with this this second one for sure. It's a good pour. It's a good bottle. Might be looking for it on shelves.
Yeah. All right. So if you enjoyed this content, check out our other videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment whether you've had either of these two or what you enjoy. Do you like the double oak? I'm sure Burton Bill will be in here with the double oak.
Or if you like another Sagamore product, because they make quite a few, I think. So.
Or if you've had these and you like another product better, we'd love to hear that comment. Absolutely watch our other videos, and we hope to see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Listen, at least I don't say smooth. I don't ever say anything smooth.
That's true.
Nothing is smooth ever.
No, we just say flavorless.